far so good. That one here we did it on purpose with tape. Same here. Everything's good here, everything's good here. Yep. When those shrink tubes, once they are heating up, they are getting pretty hard, which is okay because it's protecting it even better. All right. That's something I could ground onto. That will be insane. I feel like it is, but it's a bit too far. Because basically, yeah, here we're gonna have to, like I said, ground it. I feel like that one was going to the engine and that one to the frame rail. For testing our stuff, sorry for that. Oh, for real? So the connection just went down. All right, well, welcome back. I had no notice at all. Like there was nothing wrong on the screen here, so I feel like it's just the internet. There's a lot of works going on in the street here, so I guess it might be that. So welcome back. Merci de me l'avoir dit, Kev. Thank you so much. So yeah, so basically when we are going to test everything, we're gonna put that together like this and ground that probably right here on the frame rail, just removing a bit of primer, just because, and when I'm talking, I should show you. But yeah, basically just like this, because there's no engine at the moment, and we will see if everything works like this. If it does, because basically I could do that and move that even a bit forward here, but there's not really any point in that. I mean, honestly, I might do that. Something like this, with how the wiring loom's gonna go, I might do that and that for one specific reason. If I'm grounding here, and that at some point, like I'm saying right there and there, if at some point for any reason that one is rusting out and the ground is becoming bad, that one will still work. And since they are connected in the same spot here, well, everything could be grounded with that. So it might be a good idea, or even right here under that bolt, to put that ground in there, because we have to keep in mind, if I'm moving that, everything here is coming at the bottom right there. So these are going there, this is going at the top there, but that wiring loom is staying on top here. So it's gonna sit somewhere around there, maybe even a little bit before that. And because of that, well, yeah, something like this, like that, that's going back in its place. We're gonna try to pull some of the loom to the inside. In fact, I'm already able to do that. So I'm gonna push that back in the inside, just so we have left wires in here. And with that done, my junction's gonna be closer to the bottom here, and I don't care if I have to extend these wires, because that was already planned. So a little bit more, a little bit less, that's gonna be good. Because we have to keep in mind we pulled on those wires at some point, so damn, something like that will work. And basically with what we said earlier, oh, I plugged everything, in fact, here. All right, yeah, I'm gonna re-drill a hole in here, put that in there, put that somewhere around here, maybe with a bracket or something. So all the stuff is gonna be on top here, and then that on top right there. So with that said, it's hard to show everything at once in an engine bay. So yeah, so with that said, that on top there, that on top there, these are gonna stay together. And these are gonna stay together. Bam, bam, and the grounds. One ground at the back here, so maybe somewhere around there, and one ground further at the front, maybe right on that screw right there. So that will work pretty well. let's grab the tape and let's fix that all together. So yeah. Like that. Overflow tank sensor, that one we might have to extend it quite a lot. It might be on the other side when we're done, so that's gonna be something we will have to see later on. So that right there, that right here. These boxes don't help me at all. So like that, like that. So this is part of the loom that's supposed to be without any fire hazard now in it, and that's awesome. So the alternator here, that's the flashlight. We're gonna unwrap that so we know. That's the flashlight, grounds, too much wire in some of them. And then coming at the front here, gonna keep that alone, like that. Rip. Rip again. Ripperino. There you go. Let's go. Boom. And this is a good part done. So that's gonna sit here. That's gonna go through here and through there. That's gonna be extended over here. Let's remove the heat gun that's on our way. Front cam. Front cam. All right, I'm gonna be able, without giving motion sickness, to remove that cam. Let's try to get out of the car. All right. My worst fear with that is the second time in like a week that it's happening, is that the computer is going bad with the internet connection. But there will be no real reason for that, but who knows? It might be possible. Dual side. All right, so here, the wiring loom, we're gonna probably put a bit of a few tie wraps to hold it in place, but the idea will be to bring that through the bottom here on the other side, so that way nothing will be visible at the top. Everything will be going on down there instead. Let's try to fix that. There we go. So basically that one here, can I just, that will be insane. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna get that, yeah boy. So basically that one right here, like that. Can I do that? That will be insane too, right? I don't think I can. Yeah, I think it's full. Yeah, that's a tube. All right, can I? I wanted to tie wrap that right here, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to. Let's close. That's it. That's it, boy. If I'm just doing that so it's keeping the wiring loom in place. There. So just like that, we can have quite a good idea of what's going on. That at the top. That's gonna be awesome. Right, another tie wrap. 2 on. In fact, I'm gonna do that and that. Let's just put that for now. And that's something we're using, right? Let's just do that. So it won't go anywhere. And just cannot fall from there. Like this, like that. Boom. And then like this. Because basically, for taking a look right there, these are just the sensors going in the corner there. So we might be able to get everything in place quite easily. And I'm always up for a bit of a connector, like a Dutch connector, extending that. So basically we could take those 3 wires, cut them around here, have an extension for those coming up here to their place, which will be pretty great. So I'm not too worried about those. So this is the horn, flasher, stuff like that. There's a ground in here too that we're gonna put somewhere around there. Maybe right on that plate, in fact. We'll have to see. That tie wrap is overkill for that, but hey, YOLO. Honestly, that one is almost long enough for that thing there. We might be able to do something that will work. That one right here. This is going through, right? Yeah, it is, but let's try that. That one right here, we're just going to put that in here for now. Just to get the idea. Yeah, we might have to extend those if we want to keep them in place at the bottom. But see, this is pretty sick. Let's just do that. It's gonna keep them in there. Boom. Right, let me show you the entire thing. So basically, that is the wiring loom for the body. Everything's gonna go at the bottom there, move its way up there, then come back by the bottom beam you see right at the bottom of the frame there, and then move the few little wires left in here for different sensors. So everything's gonna be in a U shape at the bottom of the engine bay. And since we are going turbo, most of the exhaust stuff are going to be in the front here and at the top here until it gets down there. The thing I'm the most worried about is probably when the downpipe's gonna go down at the bottom there, just making sure we don't have anything that can burn. We might, I'm not sure yet, but we might end up doing just a little metal plate to act as a cover, just something merging with the firewall here and the frame rail, just bolting that at the bottom there, and with reflective tape, just so we are sure we are keeping the heat away. That will be a good idea to do it with aluminum, and in fact maybe even like reuse part of a license plate will do the job, because a license plate with basically reflective tape on it will take the heat and dissipate it pretty easily. So the material, the alloy is working really well for that. But yeah, so far so good. So far so good. All right, we will be ready to move inside the car, which is pretty cool. So we might do that. All right, front cam. Front cam. The T needs to be loud and clear. All right, now it's getting hot in here. Let's just do that. Whew. It was cold this morning, now it's quite hot. I don't think the Datsun's gonna be that low. Looking at the rear, it's yep, that's a bit too much. Not that much too low, but a little bit too much. It's looking great though. I'm really happy how it turns out. Like, I thought it will be even harder than that to clean all the crimps in the wiring loom. So far I'm really happy with that. Oh, we need to go back in there too, where we plug the AC fittings there. We need to go back. There's something that didn't hold, so we're gonna take a look at this. I thought at some point of using these for my battery connectors. Like, there's already a shape that will do the job. Basically, let me show you that. And then that. Let's make sure we're not throwing the camera at the ground. Dual side. Dual side. All right, so basically what I'm talking about, let me just make sure we're not too much in a mess. These two here, I thought of using those for the battery port, but I feel like I'm gonna be too close to the back of the engine and the bell housing and everything, so might not be the best idea, and the exhaust system's gonna go down here. We might be deleting this here. Even if it's like the vent. No, in fact, it's removing if there's any water in the air system. So we won't be able to delete it completely, but we might do something for that. I don't know yet. But yeah, so basically if the exhaust coming down here, we will need to make sure that there's nothing in the way. So yeah, we'll see how it's going for that. But yeah, I feel like the battery are going to be somewhere around here. Maybe each side of that, maybe vertical mounting point. I'm not sure yet, but each side of that could be a really good idea. It's gonna depend on what we have in the inside. Because basically here, if I have a visual on that shape we just saw, it will be really easy to just go ahead and use that as a reference point for mounting. Oh yeah, I see it, in fact, right there. That could be a good idea. It's a bit high though in here, but that will work. In fact, putting them that high will prevent any chance of the passenger feet to hit them and break them. So that's not a bad idea. All right, I'm gonna remove that box from my way. All right, so I don't know if I wanna go in the inside just now. Feel like it's gonna be quite a struggle to see anything in there and play with the heat gun. What time is it? It's 15. Maybe we could go with the the steering rack bushing, I feel like it's gonna be more fun to do, and I'm just started doing the wiring at this point, and getting inside the car. Like working inside the car is not that great at the moment. All on metal, no seats, no nothing. So I think that's gonna be the idea right now. All right, let's do that. We're gonna prepare. Gonna get prepared for that. We're gonna go this way. Gonna remove that from here. Let's take that out. Let's keep the heat gun, but inside the car, because that's where we're gonna need it next. And look at that, in a day or two, I'm gonna be looking for it. But yeah, I really wanna know if it's gonna work like it should, since the first bushing went in there pretty easily. But let's make sure. Let's remove that. Let's move the controller of the hoist at the front right here, and the camera back. So we're gonna have enough space. Woo! Front cam. There we go. Bam, bam. Let's go. All right, let's bring the big boy right here. So, what are we up to? We're gonna be grinding the steering rack even more, just to make sure everything's fitting in there. Basically, we received the second set of bushing. So we're gonna be removing that one and test fitting which one's fitting the best in there. And but I think it's gonna be that one because it's a bit less, it's thinner on this side, which is allowing us to slide it a little bit more on this side. So basically, let me just put myself in a good angle for the camera. There we go, that's not bad. Let's move the camera. Like that. Dual front. There you go. That's a setup. Boom. So there you go, bam. So basically, we have already one bushing put in place. That's something I did off stream to test fit it and make sure it was working with that one. Now we have to keep going and install the new one in there. And that's something I really want to do, because once this is done, we can basically move on and replace the tie rods, the inner tie rod for the Datsun one. That's quite a big deal too. I'm not sure how good it's gonna work. Well, not true. I know it's supposed to work. It's gonna depend on the material, in fact. So this is the big deal with it, is how the material is gonna react to it. So that's the big thing, and we're gonna have to work it out, find how it's going. So this one is that, right? Yep. Let's take that. Let's take that. And we're gonna have to do things like this to get access to the bolts under here. So first of all, and I know it looks sketch, it's because it is, we're gonna have to remove that bolt here, or at least loosen it enough for us to get access to that. Try to do something a bit better to get access to those. All right, that's working. So for the front one, so that's maybe one of the biggest modification we're doing on the car, because that is not supposed to go there. So that's quite cool. Honestly, I'm really happy with how it's going so far with that. But yeah, nothing, it's not a total win yet. It's going great. It looks like it's gonna work, but we still need to prove all of that. All right, I feel like I'm gonna grab the impact with the 14 on it and just work my way with it. It's gonna be easier and take less time. Let's put that on the speed 3. Let's go like that. Here, that on top here. See, way better. I even lost a part. Damn. That one there. And then we need to get access to the last one. Stop, stay there. Right. Stuck. Right, with that camera at the bottom there, you better be like, you're gonna have a nicer view like this. Hello? Will you please get unstuck? There. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the cooperation on that. All right, that. Then that one needs to get loose too. Then we're gonna just make sure we can remove these. And in fact, I don't have to remove them completely, because I'm just looking for taking the measurement of what I need to remove on the other side. So that one's gonna have to be in place for it to work. So something like this should do the job. The only big difference is that I'm gonna need to open it, maybe remove the one side of the bushing. I'm not sure I can do that with just it barely screwed in. Well, in fact, I think I do, because I've just done that on this side. Oh, that's the wrong. Right there. Just barely screw that in. Just a few turns. There you go. And now I should be able to. There. And if I'm moving that up, am I able to take that out without breaking it, ideally? Ideally, without breaking it. Let's take a flat screwdriver, and what I'm gonna do is try to pop the bushing out like this and move it out of there. Yes, it is possible. All right, so we have the rack sitting in place. We have removed the top bushing, so I should be able to lift that up enough, yeah, to put that one in place with the bottom bushing in place too. So that means I'm gonna be able to mark my rack where it needs to have material removed. And that's the big thing. That's exactly what we need to do. So I have 2 of them there. From now on, I can just do that. Put bolts right in the place where they should be sitting. And now, because it's the first time I'm going all the way through them, I'm gonna have to screw them by hand. I had to do the same thing. The powder coat is just thick enough that it won't slide right through there. So I have to do something like this and something like that. Right, and with that said, now I'm gonna have to spin that a little bit on the side and push that as far as possible on this side. There we go. Oh my god, we might clear the little bump at the end there. Oh no, I don't think we are. Gonna have to take a look at that. I'm not sure that we are, but at least now I can take a measurement there. Let me show you. Side cam. All right, so now as you can see, I have my bushing here so I can see where I can mark my stuff. Basically, here we have a little bit of a bump on the casting there, so I'm gonna be removing those tabs all the way through to the bump and see if it's fitting or not. If it's not, we're gonna have to just make a bevel inside the bushing, which is no big deal to be fair, so I'm really okay with that. But yeah, so with that, it should work quite well. So let's just take a marker. The yellow paint marker will do the job perfectly for that. Let's just mark that. So we have to remove up to that here. We have to remove up to here. Up to there. And right now I'm pretty conservative. I'm gonna go on the inner side of the paint. I'm not going to go straight onto the paint. I prefer to work that out one step at a time than trying to remove too much material. I already did a little mistake on the other side, like no big deal, it's gonna fit, but it was still quite a little mistake, so I'm gonna try to make sure I'm not doing the same thing here. So yeah, there we go. And I do have a last one here, I think. Oh no, it's already marked from there. All right. So with that said, we can just go ahead and remove everything from the golden part and just keep the rack on the stand here. Dual front. There you go. All right, so let's remove the rack from the assembly. We're gonna be grinding with about 45 minutes to go. It's perfect. Because yeah, basically I have a class tonight as usual, so I'm gonna have to leave at 4 to get prepared. I haven't prepared anything for the plan for the class tonight. However, it's mostly a working session for their TP2, so practical project 2. Yeah, it's gonna be quite fun. So far it's going really well with them, so that's cool. Boom, there. Gonna put that aside. I don't know on which side this is, like there's an opening here. I don't know where it's supposed to go. I don't think we care, just because basically this is probably for a Datsun steering rack stuff, and we don't have that. So I feel like we're gonna be able to put that anywhere we want, which is awesome. There, let's keep that bolt here. Gonna put those back on there. All right, ciao bye le bushing. Let's put one here and one there for once. Just going to make sure we're not losing any parts. So basically I'm just screwing the bolts in place just so we know which one is going where. Also, I want to keep the bushing themselves as pairs. I don't want them to be mixed up just because they were machined together then cut. So there could be like a difference on one side that is not there on the other side. So we have to take care of that, making sure that everything stays together. Like right now, I'm gonna do that. Grab that, remove that, put that on the ground for now. Then we're going to put that here. Almost threw it on the ground, and see that one's going on this side because there's a difference in the thickness of each side. Honestly, that's one of my favorite things to do. Like going with that custom parts, just playing with it, it's so cool. Did we lose the stream again? 36 minutes only on the stream counter. Feels like it's not enough. Oh, maybe. It was 40 minutes ago that we lost the stream, maybe. Yeah, it makes sense. It checks out. All right, so now we can see I have my mark in there. Basically, that yellow mark right here was the place where I was supposed to get the center of the bushing. So was that one? Yes, it was. So this was supposed to be the exact center of the bushing because that yellow mark here is the exact center of the steering rack from one pivot point to the other. Well, one end of the casting to the other. So to center that, we had to put that in place. However, because of how it's designed, we are almost there, just a little bit offset to that side. But that's like, I don't know if it's even half an inch. So we shouldn't be too bad. It's just gonna change that one side of the tie rod. So just let me put that here. Basically, that side here is gonna be a little bit more unscrewed than the other side. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're gonna be removing stuff, well, material in here. Boom, like that. So I'm gonna take the grinder and basically cut that on this side of the yellow line we just did and remove the tab entirely. So we really need to go slowly and better be safe than sorry on that one. So we're gonna use a grinding disc for those ones because if we're not, it's taking forever. Take the buffer out, put the battery point, then yeah, let's change from the cutting disc to a grinding pad. Boom. There we go. So I'm gonna go and start and work my way around like this really slowly. I don't want to go too far because if I'm digging a hole in that, it's aluminum. I don't have anything to weld it together or fix it or anything. So we really need to remove just that reinforcement tab on top there to make everything fit. So better be safe than sorry, like I said. So I'm just gonna go really slowly on that. So it might take a while. I'm gonna put the filter so you have more music and enjoy the show. So let's go. Loud noise. I forgot the ear protection. Give me 1 sec. All right. Oh, coffee? All right. Oh, that's it. Now we're ready. Okay. Loud noise. Loud noise. As you can see, it's not taking that long to do. You just have to be really careful. So that one went pretty well. No dramas, no nothing. We're gonna take the sand belder, yeah, right, the belt sander to basically smooth that out. But yeah, we are basically right there. There's no big bump in there, just a few small ones. So the belt sander is gonna remove those and make everything super clean and soft. So let's keep going. So I'm gonna go on this side. Here you can see that's one of the big deal. We have that triangle shape to remove, which is a reinforcement point if you were using that mounting point, but we are not. Honestly, we could be removing the entire thing here, but we won't, because basically it's still adding strength to the structure. So we're just going to cut that tab and remove part of that too. So let's go. Loud noise. All right, so that's not bad at all. It's so hard to be precise when it's curving all around, but honestly, we are pretty much there. I don't feel like I went too far in any places. Everything looks good, so I don't have damaged the integrity of the cylinder. That's the core of the steering rack, but we are basically doing our way through that. So we're gonna keep going. We have 2 places left to do, and then we're gonna test fit that. So I'm just going to remove a little bit more here, just making sure, but yeah, pretty good so far. Loud noise. It didn't work. Loud noise. right, do you think that's still under warranty at the moment? That's a brand new part. I'm just butchering through it, and I'm like, yeah, that's still under warranty, right? All right, we're just going to clean that up with the belt sander. Oh my, yeah, the belt sander. Hey, I was right. I just missed the pronunciation just before I said something so dumb. So all right, that's under warranty, right? So let's keep going then. Just going to basically smooth that out, making sure we are really good with that. No big dent or anything. So yeah, let's go. Loud noise. That's gonna be the moment of truth. Well, I'm guessing we're gonna have to clean something up. I don't think it's gonna be a let's go one time, one try, and it's fitting. Whoa, magic. Like I feel like we're gonna have to test fit it, like we're going to do right now, and then we will see where it's not working. So let's move with that. So as you can guess, we will put back the bottom edge there, knowing that this part, this side is what we have done. I know with that yellow paint mark there that this is the one going on this side. And now I'm gonna also try to spin it in a proper angle because it was test fitted properly, but well, properly. The test fit I did with one side was with the steering rack pointing at the top, which is not great. So we're gonna try to fit it with a better angle this time because now we have both parts. So this is going like this and like that. And now, so this side was already done, but not the other one. So let's see how it sits in there. So far, it looks like we are missing a little bit of material to be removed there. As we can see right here, feels like we're gonna have to remove a bit more material there. Let me check if it's the same all the way around. Maybe not. And yeah, we're gonna have to do a little bevel in the inner side there to match with that little bump right here. So that's gonna be the hardest part to do, but we're gonna mark that just to make sure we're doing it on the good side. So that one here and there. So I'm just going to mark it like about where we need to bevel that. In fact, I'm gonna do that and that. There we go. So that's gonna be a thing, because here, if we are, yeah, we are right next to where it needs to sit. So that, and we're gonna have to remove a little bit of material in here. So we're gonna have to remove that, which means probably the same thing. I'm gonna try to close the top and see where it's sitting. We'll see. Yeah, with that one, I cannot push it further enough to have it bolt in place there. Gonna put all the hardware around here, just making sure we're not losing anything. There and there. That will mean that and that. Well, you know what? We are not so far. Well, yes and no. It will be a little bit, yeah, it will be too much of an angle. Wouldn't sit properly. At least now I can see where I need to cut, so I'm gonna mark it. Basically, I just need to remove the yellow line I haven't touched just before. So it's no big deal. Just a little bit more to remove. What time is it? 15 minutes left. We can do that. So yep, basically it's looking quite good. And once this is going to be done, hopefully the angle won't go too far, because we're gonna have problem here. But if that is the angle, which will be nice, we might have something quite good. I feel like it will have to go like that. But if it does, we're in a trouble. Well, we're gonna use the spacers anyway, if that's the case, to just add a bit of clearance at the bottom there. But yeah, we should be fine. So this, and then that, and then all of this. I can remove that altogether. Oh wait, no, I need the racket. Duh. There it goes. The one fitting on this side, yep. I feel like it was going on that side. All right. So we're gonna do that. These, okay, bye. These bushing, I'm gonna have to add a little bevel. I'm gonna go really progressively with those. I don't want to put a big bevel that's not going to fit properly. I better have it tight than loose, because that might prevent it from sliding left to right. So let's remove a bit of material in there first, and then we're going to arrange a little bit the bushing. So there we go. So that, yeah, we're just going to remove basically that. Okay, yeah. Loud noise. right, so now we have to do the bevel in there. I feel like the belt sander should be the best way to do it. I'm not sure exactly. I feel like I'm gonna grab that like this and just move my way around there like smoothly. Just try to get that done properly. So we'll give it a try. I don't have any clues on how to make it work better than that. It's not great, it's not bad. I feel like it's doing what it's supposed to do, so that's fine with me. I'm gonna grab the other side there. I mixed the two tops earlier. No big deal. So we're just gonna do that and then do that on this side then. So they are going to be matching sides. All right, I went with a bit more conviction with that one. Let's test that right here, just to have a little idea. Doesn't seem bad. Doesn't seem bad. All right, let's try that on the rack then. We might have something right here. So like that, like that, like this. Yep, not great, not bad. A lot of plastic on me though. All right, so let's bring that again in here, like that. And let's try to put the rack again on it. So that one here will go on this side, so that other one here will go on the driver's side. So with that said, the smallest edge here, I'm gonna put that this way because this is going to fit better and allow it to slide a little bit more to this side. Am I doing it properly? Let's take a look. No, I feel like I messed that up. Yeah, that's better. So the thinner side is on this side. Right, so let's do that, then that. This one right here can fit right in place, like this, like that, and then grab the two bolts over here. Let's try that. That seems better. So far it seems like it's gonna fit. So far. And now I'm stuck. All right, almost throw the mic on the ground. Like that. Let's put that one here because we know it's gonna fit. We had a pretty good fitment before, so we are going to try to keep that. So I'm gonna try to keep the same spacing in here. And then, with that said, my last top part here is gonna go right above here. So we're gonna try to keep the same kind of spacing there. Ah, I'm stuck again. Please don't fall on the ground, Mike. Let's see. Is there any chance for it to fit there? There is a chance. Well, let's try that. Where's my... There it is. That. And the hardware. Are we going to end the day with a bolted rack in place? That will be amazing, right? That will be completely insane. Let's move that over here so I have access to those. Just making sure nothing is leaving me here. That. Two other ones. There we go. And then these ones are not going to go through that easily, so might as well do that ourselves. We are pretty flush on some part of it, which is nice. All right, it's falling in place, which is perfect. And it's starting to close the gap. Lovely. All right, might be time to add those and try to fix that properly. So far, we are clearing absolutely everything. Someone told me though that we might want to put the spacer in there right away, because the higher your steering rack is, the more negative camber you're gonna have on the track, which is awesome. Negative camber is lovely. So we might be doing that at some point. But for now, let's just put that on. Remove the headset because I can't hear myself talking. I feel like I'm screaming. So I'm gonna put that in speed 2. We're gonna try to bolt that together without having a gap bigger on one side than the other. So let's start squishing that together. Then do the same thing on the other side. And then come back on this side. If it wants to. Please, sir, yeah. That. Oh, went too far on this side because the other side has a big gap. So let's do that. because we might end up with a gap at the top here, which is okay. To be fair, that is okay, as long as everything is clamped together. That might be the bushing placement now. That's gonna prevent us of closing. All right, so the bushing could be placed better, but overall it seems like a fit. It's gonna depend if this side is closing. Damn, that one is hard to get out. What's going on in here? Don't feel like it's closing properly. Can you please not stay stuck in there? That will be fun. Thank you. There. Don't know what's going on with that staying stuck all the time, but yeah. There. Just do the same thing. I just added more power to the impact. Feel like it was lacking a little bit of power. There we go. That steering rack is not going to move anywhere soon. That side, I'm gonna have to fix the bushing a little bit, like it's not perfectly placed, so there's a gap at the back. I don't want to force the bushing so it's not exploding or something, but for now, I think we're done. We're gonna be able to place that back, but that's a fit. Look at this, a custom Fiat 500, a little Fiat 500 steering rack right on top of our 280ZX crossmember. Yeah, that's nice, all right, Kev? Look at that. So, a special thank you to my friend who did those bushing for me with the specific measurement I sent it to him. Seems like it works really, really well. I have a bigger gap at the back of this bushing, so like I said, I'm just going to slide it a little bit, but for now the test fitting is perfect. We are touching in here, which means if we have to throw a little bit more angle on the shaft right there for the steering rack, basically we're gonna have to make a spacer there, but well, we don't have to make it because they are already supplied with it. So we're gonna be able to push the steering rack higher by this much on both sides. So basically we might throw that right in there. Maybe tomorrow we will see if we're putting that back in the car, but I think we will. I feel like tomorrow it's gonna be putting the cross member back in the car and then also starting connecting the brake pedal in place just to see if anything is getting in the way. Also last Thursday, that's true, I didn't mention that today, but last Thursday I went to the junkyard and grabbed the half shaft of the steering column from a Fiat 500. So basically, there you go. You have the telescopic part of the Fiat 500, and that one is connecting. Is it this side? Maybe it's the other one. Nope, it's supposed to be that side. Maybe it's just because there is a bolt in there, but this is supposed to come right in here, and basically that's gonna be our end link for that. I think it's supposed to go in there, or it's that one. That one seems loose a little bit. So we're gonna use that to make the link between the Subaru steering column and that Fiat steering rack. So that was on a Fiat. I'm just going to try to open that a little bit more. Maybe it's just that it's a bit too tight in there. So I'm just going to try and... Oh yeah, I think that was it. Oh, okay, yeah, I get it. It's because the bolt was in the way. It's gonna fit in there. I can feel it. It's almost there. Just that the bolt need to be lining up with this, right? There you go, boom. So that here and that there. And now it cannot get out of there. So basically this is going to be the thing connecting to the steering rack, the steering column. So we need to look at this. However, like I was talking a little earlier this morning, because we are using that and we are also using that one here. Okay, bye. That one here, we might get into a little problem there where this is the part getting out of there. So as you can see, that won't match together, of course. What I was thinking of, it seems like the spacing and the size of the universal joint on this side and that side are the same. So we might be pressing out that universal joint, and same with that one, and connect this end here to that. So we might be basically working, let me show you from a closer, but we might be just removing that part and connecting this side here to that side here. So the same way it is there. So we remove that one, we put that one in there instead. Boom, that will work. And basically just the only thing we need to make sure is that this is coming out and that will be loose. Like, that's not really a proper connection through the firewall, so we might have to solid mount that a little bit differently. Like, I don't know, we will have to test it, but I don't feel like that going out with that is going to work properly. Like, it's gonna try to twist. So we will have to find a way to solidify both sides there to make sure everything's working great. Because I feel like this is getting out at a place where it's connecting straight to the steering rack. So when you're turning, it's just making everything turn properly in the BRZ. And that one here was the same thing inside the Fiat 500. Like, basically, that was connected right behind the steering, the power steering, the electrical power steering, and going straight to that, right here through the floor. So having two of those might be a problem, because I have a telescopic part there and another one there. So that might be a problem. But like I said this morning, I feel like I'm gonna be able to find something for that, just because I'm pretty sure I've seen race cars with a solid mount, like a bearing support for this kind of stuff. So basically you can put on top here a bearing, so when it's trying to move it cannot, but when it's twisting the bearing will move with it. So it's like a support with a rolling part to keep the motion in place. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Getting somewhere. And be sure that we will paint that. If it's fitting perfectly in the car, we're gonna spray that in black. Also, because this is supposed to be inside and now it's gonna be outside, I'm thinking of maybe trying to find some rubber that will go on top here, just so I can put a bit of grease in there so it stays together like this, and maybe even something around here just to prevent it from having water inside there, so it won't won't rust. So, because that used to be in the inside part of the car, now it's gonna be outside. So it's not designed for being outside. So we might try to find something for that. We'll see. That's gonna be a problem for another day. So, hey guys, it's gonna be time for me to go prepare for my class. It's 4:08, yeah, so I need to go in about 30 minutes and I'm pretty dirty, so I have to go take a shower. All right, guys, so thank you again for being here. Thank you for all of you who come by, chat a little bit. So this afternoon, special shout out to Pat and Kev, who's been there and been chatting a little bit. That's really appreciated. I love it. And we're making progression. We are getting closer and closer. Well, here, now, right now, this is almost done. Like, we're adding the spacers, making sure the bushing are in place, and it's going to stay like this until we have to twist it, of course. But like, yeah, basically it's gonna be like fine tuning, but it's done. This is working, this is perfect. We're gonna have that freaking car running at some point. That's gonna be so good. So, thank you guys. I'll see you tomorrow morning as usual. And on that, I wish you a really good evening. Bye.